Track spikes have been around for over 100 years. The first spikes date back to around the 1850s. They were created by athletes looking for better traction on the dirt tracks they used. These spikes were made from driving nails through the bottom of lightweight kangaroo leather shoes. Spikes really took off in the 1930s when Jesse Owens won 4 gold medals in the 1936 Olympics wearing a pair made by Adidas' founder, Adi Dassler. Nowadays, track spikes are used by many athletes in all levels of the sport. They are a necessity to excel at the sport because they make such a difference in the times that you run in a short sprint. Track spikes can be found and bought at almost any running or sports store. They come in many colors, sizes, and brands. They've evolved from the kangaroo leather shoes with inch-long nails on the bottom of them into a light, dynamic shoe with 6 to 8 small cone spikes around a 1/4 inch long. It's difficult to argue that spikes don't help sprinters move faster. This is because data proves that sprinters sprint faster while wearing spikes. If you compare the times of a runner who used flats then moved to spikes, you'll probably see the time drop substantially. While wearing spikes, you can even feel the difference. You will feel lighter on your feet, and with every step you take, you will feel the amount of force you're pushing off with. However, you'll need to maintain spikes if you use them regularly. The spikes will wear down and start to become dull. When this happens, you need to repair the spikes. You can do this using a spike wrench and unscrewing the existing spikes and replacing them with the new and sharp ones. The physics question I asked is, how do these spikes work? Spikes are widely used because they give a physical advantage to those who use them. Everyone knows of friction and how the more friction there is, the less you slip on a surface. Especially in track, slipping a single inch along the course of a race can make all the difference in the outcome. While sprinting, you are using the force of your entire body to propel yourself forward. If the friction is not good enough, then you will slip and lose all the force you just applied to the ground, ruining your race and the chances of winning. The spikes on the bottom of the shoe allows for more friction and proper gripping to take place while the athlete is running. The profile of the spikes and the shoe allows the athlete to run without overextending ground contact time, which will slow down the runner. Track spikes are also made to be extremely light. This greatly benefits the runner because the less extra weight the runner carries, the more potential speed he has. Track spikes also are tapered to a position which forces the athlete to run on their toes. This is the optimal position to run when it comes to reaching your top speed. The taper angle of the shoes depend on the type of run it is meant for. Short sprint spikes have a much greater angle of taper than a distance spike would have because of the difference in force the athletes are putting into each step while running. Overall, track spikes impact a runner in 3 ways. Spikes are very light, so they allow a runner to move faster. They have spikes in the bottom, which creates better friction, and the taper of the shoe, which allows for runners to stay on their toes in the optimal running position throughout the race.